Welcome in the Stiffs. Thank you very much to our sponsors for Series 2, Budgeon Motors. Been established for 40 years, best car dealership in Shropshire.
Debatable.
Well, we've all had cars from there. Gav, you been to Budgeon?
Yeah, a few times now.
Dave, too, big time. He only wants Teslas, doesn't he?
But to be fair though, they do Teslas, do any car. You want a car, they get your car.
I just spoke to them, they are fast, to be fair.
Dave's
There we are. Even Dave's backed them. You know they're good when Dave's on side with them.
I've been offered 20%.
Have we sorted out the discount? Come down to Budgeon, mentioning the Stiffs, and what we'll have to sort out. What's that discount?
Yeah, about 90%.
Yeah, we'll have
just
to
don't
sort
tell
that.
the MD.
That'll have to be sorted out at the showroom.
Yeah, to be confirmed, that one.
Yeah. Recording.
Yeah, one thing I can say about success, guarantee everyone we speak to, it comes with adversity along the way. It's overcoming those hurdles.
Because we've all had a little bit of a taste of international football to varying degrees. But before that, I've got an announcement. The school's going to be, it's like Top Gun, you know, where like
that's how I
I'm going to be able
imagined
to pick your own staff, so it's only going to be the best of the. I knew that you two wouldn't have seen it, so what I've done is I printed it off and I've given you both a copy. You know that a lot of credit goes down to. Oh, Dave.
Is it a tournament too soon for him?
I like him more than I like you.
Oh yeah, I'm an adopted Geordie. Next thing you know, he's flipping having dinner with Pep.
Is he not the fastest player in the world?
It's got to be.
Faster than him? Do you just pick the people on form, or do you pick the people you trust? I thought you said double pass and kick it in the goal.
Coming out party, Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's going to be announced to the world on another level this tournament.
Level. So look at that England squad. Which player would you say's style is more like yourselves? Well, he's the most successful English manager ever in terms of his performances in major tournaments.
It was more relief then, because I genuinely didn't know if I was going to be in the squad.
How good's a pantomime in Shrewsbury?
Class.
Love it. Brad Fitt's amazing.
Is he still going, Brad?
Yeah.
Legend.
So I've got my new job.
Right, welcome to another episode of In the Stiffs, sponsored by the brilliant Budgeon Motors, best car dealership in Shropshire, Shrewsbury, Telford,
Oswestry,
Wellington,
Market
Oswestry,
Drayton.
Market Drayton. Best car dealership around. Thanks very much, Budgeon.
Uganda.
Right, here we go then. What a week, lads. We'll probably touch on a little bit at the end, but what a week, Gavin.
Amazing. Great week. Like you say, we'll talk about it a bit more towards the end, but I'm totally blown away, humbled.
And obviously this is going out on Tuesday. We're recording this Thursday night, and we've got about 150 tickets left to sell. They'll be gone by this time this comes out.
So that's in about, we sold over 400, about 400 tickets in 30 hours, something like that.
No, it's more than that. If there's only 150 left, there's about 500.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get the maths. Let's double check this.
Right.
Well, we're doing all right. It's gone better than expected. Anyway,
Well, we
so we're
sold out
thinking
with the
that-
early birds, didn't we,
we're
after
thinking
10
that
minutes?
Because
Yeah.
obviously we've become a little bit of a big deal there, haven't we? We're starting to be more professional. Like I've turned up in a shirt and tie tonight, so we're getting more professional. And we've also, on our little fancy little Roadcaster Pro that we've also now got some sound effects, haven't we? So listen, whoa. If Gav or Dave tell a joke, we've got this. Canned laughter. What else have we got?
If the joke's not great,
That could be. That's at the end of the live show. That I like it. No, we could have done with that be Halloween.
That's when I come out on stage at the Theatre 7.
Naked. What's that?
It's quite a nice one, isn't it? That's
What's
like
that?
coffee of a morning time,
Spiritual.
birds tweeting.
yeah, spiritual. Bit of breath work.
Oh, there we are. When I come out, there we are.
That's
Hey,
mine and
Sam's
Sam's
funny. The
banter.
bang. What else? Is that it?
This is us, isn't it?
They're coming out.
That's the entrance at the Theatre 7.
Right, anyway, what a week. Just quickly touch on the Carl Akimi podcast. It's emotional. Dave's your mate, isn't he? What do you think? Dave, sorry, just quickly. Dave obviously never bothers me listening to the podcast. You listen to that one because it's his mate. Go on, Dave, tell us your thoughts.
No, I listened back again. I remember listening to it after he did it, like before the edit happened. But I said we did it in the summer, didn't we? So listen back to it. And if anyone's not listened to it and you haven't got the time to listen to the whole episode, I urge you, the last 35 minutes, I think it is, listen to it because it's beyond football, the way he talks about his illness and getting through it. It's an emotional listen, but I think it's so empowering as well. The way he's coped with it, the way he's bounced back, what he's learned on the way, how his mind works now. Yeah, urge everyone. The last 35 minutes is absolute gold.
It's always going to be like an extraordinary thing in it. Someone comes back from an illness like that, but in the manner that he did it, like, and the lessons he's learned, like you say, that's the inspirational bit for me. Like to take it all in his stride, and obviously not so in his stride, but the way he's dealt with it and the way he's come out of it and the way he handles himself now is pretty impressive.
I can't believe the way he told the story. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't. He basically said everything. He sort of showed all his emotions, told us about all his darkest, deepest thoughts. Kind of put himself out there, didn't he?
We said, do you remember when we said to him off air? We just said anything you don't want to speak about anytime it gets a bit mutton. He's just like, nah, I'm good.
It's powerful, though, isn't it? Powerful to see a lad like that, like ex-professional, big, strapping, strong lad, and sort of like opening up his heart like that, isn't it? It's good. It's what hopefully we'd like to think that.
But that's true strength, isn't it? That's what we've been conditioned a little bit to think you've got to be big and hard and you don't say anything.
Cry, exactly.
But actually he shows true strength, doesn't he? Because like you say, he'd twist you up like a pretzel on a jiu-jitsu mat, wouldn't he? Flipping, you wouldn't have half a chance. But it's that other side, isn't it? He showed that vulnerability and
good human, great guy. Great guy.
But isn't that the key to all of our guests as well, isn't it? You know, it's showing that everybody's like, oh, either Conor Cody or Michael Bridges or whoever it might be. Like, they're just normal lads, aren't they? Exactly the same worries, same concerns, exactly the same as everybody. I think that's the whole purpose of what we're doing, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's fair to say, like, probably the people that we get on the podcast have experienced some form of success, haven't they? Yeah. And I think that's what comes in line with being successful. I think first and foremost, you have to be a good person to be successful down the line.
Don't know about that.
Well, I think it
depends what you deem as success, isn't it? I suppose.
Yeah.
But everybody's got their own definition.
But equally, I genuinely believe people that aren't a good person, they'll experience success, but it'll be short lived. I think if you're a good person, you experience success, and it'll have continuity.
Yeah. One thing I can say about success, guarantee everyone we speak to, it comes with adversity along the way. It's overcoming those hurdles to get to it
all the time.
100%.
And people might look at it and say, "Oh, he's got an amazing life. He's at the top. Nothing to worry about." But those hurdles that you have to come over, everyone has to overcome in life.
And success is relative, like you say. It's not necessarily all of the monetary, materialistic things, is it? Success is certainly for me, and I know like we've had conversations about
being happy,
good family, being joyful, not getting too emotional, not getting too excited, just being on that gradual gradient, innit?
Yeah. And Carl touched on a little bit there. He said just the simple things in life make him happy now, whereas he was always in a bit of a rush beforehand in terms of you want to succeed, your focus is on your football, that sort of stuff. And then when something like that happens to you, you just really understand the simple things in life are the most important.
Yeah. Honest question then, from that podcast, not just for show, like, did you take something from that?
Massive.
Because I did.
Amazing.
That slowing down and just taking a breath.
Inspiring.
Yeah.
And like enjoying the little things. I think that's really powerful. That.
But I think you take it at the moment. But I mean, since then, obviously, as the weeks and the months go by and you forget the podcast and you don't really remember the content, that's the one thing I've held on to that he just said about taking a breath and slowing down a little bit and savouring those little details.
Being present, living in the moment, enjoying the moment.
It's so easy to worry about worry. What life is. You know what I mean? It's a rat race for everyone at times. You're so worried about tomorrow that you forget about what's right in front of you, and that's so important.
Present moment.
What an amazing start to the podcast. That was a well-being podcast, wasn't it? I love that.
You pressed the wrong one, Dave.
No, it's a good thing, Dave. It's a good thing.
Should have done the one with the buzzing.
Just trying to break that awkwardness.
So on that then, what's the subject for tonight? We're talking about...
We're going to talk a little bit about... we're going to talk about the England World Cup squad that's just been announced today, and we're going to talk a little bit about our own international careers, because we've all had a little bit of a taste of international football to varying degrees. But before that, I've got an announcement.
Oh, I'm excited, and I know what it is.
I'm really excited. I don't know what it is.
Well, it's nothing to do with the podcast. I've got a new job.
Just tell us after.
You've got a new job? Another podcast?
No, it's not a new job. It's me proper job. This podcast is a full-time job. I haven't been sacked.
Oh, I'll give everything else up. This is all I've got now.
Brand new school being open in Bowbrook, near the hospital in Shrewsbury. It's going to be unbelievable. Brand spanking new. It's not even built yet. It's going to be ready for September, and I'm going to be the head teacher of this school, starting from. No. No. There we are. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. Say it again. You're going to be what, Sam? Go on, say it again.
New head teacher at Bowbrook Primary School. Thank you. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, well done, mate. That's class.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
They need a school that side of town, don't they?
Yeah, they do, because all the schools are oversubscribed, aren't they? There's houses being built all the time. So it's brand new, like eco-friendly school. It's going to be unbelievable. Bowbrook Primary, part of the 3 to 18 Trust, building it from nothing. The foundations are in, but so I'm going to be the head teacher overseeing that. It's going to be unbelievable. So if you live in that area, you need to get as soon as possible.
I don't know if it's a good thing you announcing that. They might be trying to get into other schools. Moving.
Panicking,
Not anymore, yeah. But I think we're starting off with a reception class, and then we're going to take it from there. But it's going to be amazing. We need to do a podcast from there.
What an amazing project to be a part of, that is.
Class. It's going to be amazing.
Well, congratulations, mate. That's some achievement.
The school's going to be. It's like Top Gun. You know, where like
that's how I'm
going to be able to pick your own staff, so it's only going to be the best of the best.
Yeah, when you said it, that's how I imagined it.
So like,
You're Maverick.
So I might, if I need a football coach to come and coach our school team,
bang, I'm in.
You two need to put your applications in.
Okay, sorry.
Like obviously, Dave's got international experience with Wales and that, and does a bit of that. But you've obviously been a manager.
That's a bit
so I don't know. It's a bit difficult. Maybe I might do. Dave, maybe you can be the manager and Dave will do the
media training.
Yeah, something like that. But I'll get you involved, but get your CVs in because obviously it's going to be difficult for you. Anyway,
I have to cut this short then. But mate, amazing. So, just quickly, heavy heart. Obviously, Broseley, you've had an amazing time there, done a great job.
5 years, yeah. Well, yeah, debatable, yeah. Done a good job, I think.
Well, I think a lot of people would say what a brilliant job you've done, mate.
Yeah, so it's exciting.
Well done, mate.
Cheers, mate. Right, England's World Cup squad. Right, I knew that you two wouldn't have seen it, so what I've done is I printed it off and I've given you both a copy. Okay, I just had parents even
just noticed looking for the defenders. I'm not.
I actually spoke to Conor Cody today. I was about to message him and I thought the World Cup score was going to get announced, so I waited 5 minutes, 10 minutes until it was announced just to make sure. Yeah, no, just catching up because I was with some mutual friends today.
What does Conor make of it then?
Oh, he's buzzing. World Cup. He's done the Euros, but going to the World Cup just.
Did he know? Did he know he was going to get in?
Not when, I messaged him afterwards. So after it being announced, didn't want to message him, and he had maybe had a phone call. But I imagine he would have been told if he wasn't going to be in it. From what I gathered from Gareth Southgate.
You think normally the manager rings the people who are in and around the squad?
The ones who aren't in the squad, he would ring them. Or the ones who are close. Do you know what I mean? He wouldn't ring everyone, but the ones who are thinking they've got a chance of being in it and they're not going to be in it.
And Ivan Toney who hasn't got in. So
he would have had to, surely. Yeah.
He'd rang Ivan Toney and gone, look, you haven't got him.
Yeah.
Was he Kyle Walker's in, isn't he? Who's injured? Reece James
and Chilwell are injured, aren't they?
Presumably there's no Gav Cowan in the defenders. Is that a misprint?
So presumably you would have given them a call and just said, look, lads, obviously you're injured. I'm not going to take you. It's too much for risk or whatever. And then, so Conor Cody's like, I mean, I think we would have expected Conor Cody to be in, wouldn't we? Not necessarily just on playing, but just because of sort of how well he did last time as a squad member, didn't he? I think he's going to be in there. It's 26. That's reduced it to 23, I think, don't they?
Yeah, so 3 people will miss out.
3 of them are going to miss out.
I don't see him missing out.
I don't see him missing out.
I think he's there on footballing merit as well. I think he's one of the best centre backs in the country.
You don't get
he's proved it this year at Everton. But having those,
we know he's Dave's mate, don't we? I didn't mean like that, Dave. Don't get offended. Flipping it. Sorry, Conor.
Spoke to him today. Give us a plug, Dave, on his podcast.
Having those characters in that sort of environment is huge, because you're going to have lads who are disappointed, even though they've been selected. There's going to be boys who don't get chosen for the 23 on a match day. They'll be disappointed. There'll be lads who will be thinking they're starting or on the bench, be disappointed, and you need someone like Codes who will rally the group, because those training sessions the day after a game that you've not played, maybe England win the first game 3-0, the lads who haven't played, they'll be happy, but a few will be like, I want to play. It means they're not playing the next game. And you've got to try and keep that motivation up. You've got to try and make sure everyone's at it and ready to go, and no doubt Codes he'll drive that. So
say if that's the case, because obviously you've got experience this, Dave. So if England play and they win their first game 3-0, obviously the 11 or whatever, or there'll be subs on this, so they might have a recovery day. They'll probably read the Twitter things, all that, whatever. Someone say Sterling scored 2. He's reading all that, loads of good messages. But the other lads who haven't featured, they're pleased because they're part of it and they want to do well as a squad. But a little bit of they haven't been involved, so they'll train the next day.
It doesn't matter what level you're at, if it's England or Sunday League. If you're not involved and you don't feel like you've played a part in it, so you're on the bench and haven't got on, or you're out of the squad, you still feel a bit distant from it, even though you're in that environment and you're happy for your teammates. But to find the motivation the following day, outside world looking and say it should be easy. Do you know what I mean? But it's human nature. You'd be a bit disappointed. So, but knowing Conor like I do and hearing the stories coming out of England before, he will make sure his attitude is bang on, but he'll take other people with him. You know what it's like. If you're around him, he's such a positive person. He kind of brings positivity out. It's hard to be...
We spoke about it before.
It's hard to be annoyed in his presence, isn't it? Because he just brings this kind of...
If you plant a marigold, next to any flower, the flower will blossom. If you plant a nut tree next to that flower, it'll die. So you want marigolds, not nut trees.
Someone's been in the library this afternoon.
But Connor Cody's a marigold, isn't he?
Yeah, and
you know
but it's
you're
important to
them players
say
throughout the tournament,
he's no
so
one's mug though. He ain't there just to go and fluff the reds and the lads, is he? Like, if he's needed, he's a big asset. But I think, like you say, we touched on it previously, didn't we? In the was it the championship, European Championships, and he was huge for the squad. I think was it the coach that came out.
Steve Holland came out.
He came out and said it publicly, didn't he? Like,
he's the most important player in the squad.
Yeah, and that's because those days when the team that have played have got recovery. Obviously, the players that haven't played have to be regulated, have to stay sharp and keep their levels up and their distances and whatnot. But like Frank Lampard even came out recently, didn't he, and just said that the club and the change room have been transformed through him and
Tarkovsky.
Tarkovsky,
He's
transform the dressing room. Transform the dressing room. Yeah,
that's a big statement.
But also, like, you know, that a lot of credit goes down to Dave.
Oh,
Connor Cody was saying about
he said
Dave,
it himself, didn't
he said you were a massive influence on him because how to conduct yourself, how to be around the lads, you know, how to be professional. Massive influence on him. That must give you a bit of pride when you see then Connor getting selected to this England World Cup squad, and you think, you know, he's picked there because a lot of it. I mean, not his ability, but massively because of his character. Yeah. That's obviously come from his education.
Yeah, I think he always had that. Like you said, he comes into a room and it's just like a bundle of energy, isn't he? Never down. And he's always had that. But yeah, he's probably had good people around him in his career as well, and he's taken bits. He's quite a studious lad. He'd have taken bits off everyone and that he needs. And that.
But you've played maybe a small part there, but you played a part in that, so.
So you should give me some money, shouldn't you? Really?
I'm not saying about giving any money. I'm just trying to get a World Cup special live from Guitar with him. We'll get that, won't we?
Couple of tickets,
definitely,
Dave.
Definitely. You'll get big Harry on it as well, won't he?
Business class flight
on it.
Yeah, we'll get that on there. So Connor's in, which he deserves to be, doesn't he? Which is
just quickly. Obviously, I know because we spoke about adversity, and obviously it's easy to think that these lads are on thousands of £1,000s a week, but a few lads have missed out there, haven't they? A few lads who probably would have been thinking they're on the plane. How do they now deal with the rest of their season?
Tammy Abraham, Ivan Toney scored both had amazing seasons. You look at them forwards there. Marcus Rashford's got in instead of them,
and Callum Wilson's coming from nowhere, isn't he?
Yeah,
I mean, he's flying, obviously, but
speaking to the wrong person here, aren't we?
he's at the Premier League champions of next year. I mean, can't fail to score on that team. So look at the keepers: Pickford, Ramsdale, Nick Pope. Nick Pope's done unbelievable for Newcastle as well. What a difference! Newcastle got the best defence in the Premier League, so he's got to be in there. Dean Henderson a bit unlucky though, I reckon. No,
I think them three ahead of him.
Yeah,
Pickford.
I'm a Ramsdale fan, mate.
I think
they're all ahead.
I like his attitude again.
Yeah.
Looks like a great lad, but he's got like a little bit. Again, it's that
you've got to have that as a keeper in you, especially England.
Yeah, great lad, but a little bit of cockiness on the pitch, which you absolutely need. Don't you?
Is it a tournament too soon for him, Ramsdale?
He's only played a few games for him, isn't he?
No,
Pickford.
Southgate's going to pick Pickford all day long. Pick Pickford.
But with a goalkeeper in a World Cup, though, if you have to change it, someone gets injured. He seems to me like if he was having a tough game, it wouldn't faze him too much. Ramsdale, do you know what I mean? If he dropped one in, it feels like he would be able to bounce back. He wouldn't go in a shell, would he?
How much does it remind you of like our Joe when we were at Shrewsbury? How much Joe was like that?
Yeah,
very like free and sort of carefree, really. Yeah. But not carefree, you know what I mean? Like almost comes across like he's carefree, plays like he's carefree, takes risks and chances that like more often than not come off.
Doesn't feel the pressure.
People like me would never think of. Yeah.
And your defenders, haven't you? It's not many. I was looking at that. Who's left back?
Shaw, is there?
Oh, Luke Shaw. Yeah,
Luke Shaw. So, but if he goes down, who is it?
Trippier
will play left.
Of course he will.
I'd play him there anyway.
I think Trippier might play left back, start left back.
He's been unbelievable this year.
He's been unbelievable.
He's the best right back in the squad, I think, at the moment, isn't he?
I agree, but I can't stand him.
What?
It drives me insane.
Are you joking?
He's a badge kisser, isn't he?
I like him more than I like you.
Yeah, good, because that says a lot about our relationship. I'm telling you that he just drives me insane. He's unbelievable. He's been brilliant. Just the way he comes across, I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
He's amazing.
Yeah, obviously I've got nothing to say because he's brilliant. Obviously, like he's won La Liga with Atletico. It's just that whole. Like he's little, isn't he? And he runs into
when they're having Wits is little.
When they're having like little confrontations.
Bad example.
You know, like to be fair, what he's doing is he's being a senior player. He's coming in and he's like going, "I'm going to take charge." But he gets involved in like confrontations when there's 3 or 4 lads. He's all little and that. Get out of the way,
I've heard he's a great lad.
Oh, and he's like this. He's been at the club 2 minutes.
He's like, Newcastle.
Yeah, of course. Newcastle have paid a fortune for him. Paid him a fortune. Man City rung him up tomorrow. It'd be like that.
What are you doing? Why do you go to Man City? Man City are on the way down.
He'd be like, see you later. He's like, I'm an adopted Geordie. Next thing you know, he's flipping having dinner with Pep.
What's your opinion on Trippier, really, then?
He's
Come up.
phenomenal. He's just little, isn't he? He's a phenomenal player. I've got a lot of admiration for the fact he went to Spain as well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I think
unbelievable.
that's massive, especially how many English players have done that? Well, not because it's like, again, that you need that cultural capital, that ability to go somewhere else and mix in.
Especially a place like Atletico who's had success, do you know what I mean, to go into that environment.
You don't need to kiss the badge, though, do you? So stop doing that. It's all little and stuff.
But Kieran, if you want to come on the podcast, you're more than welcome.
But again, when you look at it, like he can play right back, left back. When they've gone to a 3, you can play either wing back. I mean, Gareth Southgate, I can't remember where he played, and tactically he did it brilliantly because he played Trippier. He started Trippier left back. Yeah. And who did we nullify? He went to nullify the wingers, didn't he? And he basically he swapped the fullbacks and he put Trippier, and I can't remember who was the other stopper. And we just stopped him, nullified him, won the game. It was a class win, and Trippier was brilliant.
Set piece as well.
Yeah.
He's better than Trent.
Was it Croatia? Was it in the last World Cup?
Yeah. Let's get the stats. Let's get the stats. Trippier is a better free kick taker than Trent. Million miles. Million times.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Hey, what about Trent getting in? Go on, Dave. What do you think of that?
I think it was easy for Southgate in the end because he's lost Reece James.
What do you got in if Reece James was fit?
Reece James starts. If he's fit, Reece James starts.
I don't think Trent gets in.
I think Reece James is like elite.
He's like Trent, and he's like Kyle Walker and Trent combined.
Yeah. Trent does a lot of things that look really sexy and really like, you know.
Gav is not pulling any punches today. Is he just ripping his England team apart? He's going to win the World Cup, Gav.
He does, yeah. He does things that are very flamboyant, but ultimately they never really like.
If you're drawn 1-1 and there's 10 minutes to go, you want Trent Alexander on the pitch.
To even be saying anything negative is ridiculous. But what I'm trying to do is I'm going to like, when you look at him and he's defending at the moment, is he that lad who's achieved everything in football and is struggling to be motivated? You watch him the other night and the ball, he's running, he's on the full running, the ball's coming across his body, he's in the mid phase and he's drilled a ball from right to left straight into the path of who's the lad with the ponytail that plays for Liverpool on the left. Yeah, into his path. I mean, it's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. 2 minutes later, someone runs in behind him, ball gets played inside.
He's not like...
I will say he's 24 years old, and I think I've heard Klopp say he's modernised that fullback role, isn't he?
Yeah.
Almost single-handedly.
Oh, unbelievable.
And to what he's achieved and the levels he's hit from such a young age now, he's probably had 5 years playing 60 games a season, playing in the most... In games with the highest pressure on, and he's handled himself, and it's almost like there's been a little bit of a dip recently, which is understandable.
He epitomises the Liverpool team at the moment, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like you say, he's been hitting levels that are just out of this world
under
for
big
so many
pressure
years.
Situations. Liverpool lad, do you know what I mean?
And as well, like he literally has won nearly every domestic tournament that there is to win. I think. How hard is that at 24? When you've sort of peaked at everything, how hard is that to motivate? All I'm saying with him is there's that vulnerability, isn't there?
He does switch off, doesn't he? That's his one thing. He just switches off defensively. You see when the ball's on the back post and things like that.
For the football supporter, to watch him do the things he does, it's just sometimes, like I say, he'll do something that's extraordinary and you want to affect the game, don't you?
But will he start? Ben White's been unbelievable this season, the top of the league, aren't they? He's been class.
Yeah, it depends what formation they play, but I don't think he'll start.
No, he's been right back, Ben White, hasn't he?
Yeah, I don't think Trent will start either. I think it'll be Trippier, and I think Kyle Walker play right back if they play 4 at the back. Kyle
Walker, if it is a winger, he is my worst nightmare because you can't get past him. He is faster. Is he not the fastest player in the world?
It's got to be
faster than him.
It's got to be faster than
Mbappe. Had a competition with someone at City, and he wasn't. Who was it against?
Oh no.
But anyway, yeah, he's rapid, though, isn't he?
He's ridiculous.
I don't think anyone would beat him. You say someone's beat him at City?
I'm sure him and Sterling or something like that.
No, he smoked him, didn't he? Smoked Sterling.
Who ran past him the other week? Who was he playing against the other week and someone ran past him?
Linford Christie.
That was it.
Linford Christie, yeah.
and then he got Harry Maguire, haven't you? Eric Dyer, John Stones. The midfielders.
Just touch on that. After speaking, obviously, the podcast with Joe and the England situation, and when Joe got left out by Southgate, and it was with Joe, it was all about form. He'd been consistently in the squad, playing well, Maguire had.
Judd played every single.
He played 9 out of 10 qualifiers and rested for the last one. And because club form wasn't great, that's why he was left out. And that's double standards, isn't it?
Maguire's in. He has
massive double standards.
I agree with everything you've just said. What's the alternative though from Maguire?
Tomori. The one thing I will agree with Southgate is that he said tournament experience. The last 2 tournaments, Harry Maguire's been brilliant. in the tournament. Stepped up in the final, put his penalty away, didn't he, in the Euros?
There's no one I can think of that makes me think I'd take them instead of him.
What do you do as a manager, though? Do you just pick the people on form, or do you pick the people you trust? Because it's easy to say, always pick hybrid, isn't it? But yeah, it's got to be, because you have players who you know are going to do you a job. You know, he trusts Trippier, and he's taking Trippier all day long. He's taking Henderson. You know, he loves those lads, and he knows he gets a performance from them.
Why do you think? I mean, I have my own opinion on it, but why do you think Maguire does do well as a rule of thumb for England, and has been struggling at club level?
It depends if they play at 5. If he plays for Man United and he's playing on the halfway line, he gets done in behind because he can't run.
Yeah, I think
you know all about that.
Yeah, of course. That's why I brought it up. I think England play almost like a mid block to a low block, don't they? And I think it suits him down to the ground. So like,
his box.
I had no doubt. Yeah, and I think he's one of the best at doing that. I think he reads the game so well.
He's good on the ball as well, isn't he?
Yeah,
people give him stick, but he is so good on the ball.
Mate,
they're all ridiculous on the ball now. It's not.
I mean, he's a joke, but I do think that's a big reason as to why he plays well for England, because I think any deliveries from out wide, he's often first contact, isn't he? And then he reads the game so well on the edge of his box, which is why he did well for Leicester, because they were very counter, weren't they, with Vardy and stuff.
Who's your two centre-halves then, if they go forward at the back? Him and Stones?
Do you think there'll be 4?
We're getting ahead of ourselves doing the squad now. We're not picking the team. That'll be a few weeks.
Okay.
I think first game's out after the next podcast, isn't it?
Tony Adams,
all right, let's do that then. Should do a bit of research into that.
This will go out Tuesday and the game's on Monday.
Right, I'll tell you now then, Walker right back, Maguire.
Are they playing what formation?
Kenny Sampson left back.
I wouldn't play 4-3-3.
Yeah. I think that's how England would be better, but I've got a feeling they'll play 3 at the back. But
I like 3-4-3, mate, because out of possession it'll be a 5-4-1, and I think we have notoriously dealt better with other teams, other countries when we've been that out of possession.
Wales are 3-4-3, so we'll have to match us up, won't they, as well?
You don't need to match Wales. Just play with
just run all over them. Just match them up and just run all over.
Pass the ball. You should have dribbled past them and kick it in the goal. Moving on to the midfielders then. I mean, they've got 2 absolute top class, Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham, who I think are Rolls
This is going to be his coming out party, Jude Bellingham. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's going to be announced to the world on another level this tournament.
Mate, how'd you get that good at that level? How does that happen?
How old is he? He's only about 13, isn't he?
Mate, he's a joke.
What is he, seriously? 19?
What is he? Have a look, Dave.
Mate, he is frightening. Mate,
he's got a lot though, hasn't he? He's got a lot.
Well, not really. He's only strong, fast, quick, can jump really high, passes like short, medium, long range, shoots from
He seems to like really have his head on his shoulders as well, doesn't he? He does seem to be.
He's playing in Germany again, isn't he? He's living a different culture and like doing the business. It's ridiculous. He's not sat around with all his mates, like, you know, looking after him and being a donut, walking around. He's living.
He was 19 in the end of June.
I mean, that's scary.
Mate, I don't even know how to put it into words, how good he is.
Well, he starts.
Has he learnt the language yet?
No doubt.
English.
He'd no doubt he'll know German, mate. I think he's that sort of character.
He's 100%.
It's another language I speak, German.
I bet you got a good German impression, haven't you?
Oh, mate, I've got 7 languages.
Does it just sound the same as...
It just sounds the same, yeah. No, Van der Karen, it's like, darf ich meine Jacke einspielen Williamshausen?
That's unbelievable.
So that doesn't mean anything. But I'll just get that from with the kids. So they'll say, you say you speak 7 languages, and they'll say, do Chinese. And I go, sing bao la, sing bao la, sing lao, ding la bao. Obviously, I haven't got a clue what I'm saying, but the kids genuinely believe it. Same with the German. So when I see the Jude Bellingham, I just go, darf ich meine Jacke einspielen Williamshausen? The French one's more ex-players. Didier Deschamps, les Manuel Petit, Rivière.
Just hope you speak to someone who doesn't know about football.
Yeah. Worked on it a lot over the years, as you can tell.
So go on. Forwards, obviously, Harry Kane starts centre forward, doesn't he? But he's got Callum Wilson, hasn't he? Who's done amazing, in fairness. But the drop-off from Harry Kane to Callum Wilson's massive. Harry Kane gets injured.
Are you saying that Callum Wilson's just so much better than Kane?
Yeah.
What about?
I love Callum Wilson. I think he's brilliant, but he's not Harry Kane.
Nah.
All England fans have been saying, like, the World Cup comes at the wrong time because the players are knack at the end of the season. They've got it bang in the middle of the season now, and there's a lot of people moaning about the timing of it. Because, to be fair, last game of the Premier League's on the Sunday. England play on the Monday. So it's like 8 days afterwards, and they've got to fly to Qatar. So there's not a lot of preparation into it. And I've seen Antonio Conte came out.
And everything. Get yourself ready.
Yeah, Antonio Conte came out as well and said Harry Kane looks absolutely knackered. So after the game, after the last game,
Conte, though, he's annoying, isn't he?
He looked after him there, and they've had a conversation there, haven't they?
But he said he looks absolutely done. He needs a rest, and this is on a week before the World Cup starts.
I imagine he's done that because when he comes back from the World Cup, if he doesn't perform, he'll be able to say he's knackered from the World Cup.
We need Harry Kane. Simple. He's the most.
Yeah, he's frightening
on the podcast.
on the podcast.
Yeah.
Surely, if you ring Conor Cody when he's there,
Should we FaceTime the next podcast?
yeah. Let's do it. We'll FaceTime Conor Cody and he's in the room. They don't share,
Mid-podcast.
They don't share rooms anymore.
No.
They have their own room
Yeah,
and all that.
phone room, yeah.
People with Gareth Southgate.
You
When
can
he's
request it. We had a few boys at Wales who would request it just because they're used to
I'd like if I go away, I'd want to share a room with you two.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be on my own.
One big double bed.
Yeah, it would be all right.
But we need to FaceTime Conor Cody and say, right, Conor, like, obviously we love speaking to you. But
Get Jude on the blower,
no
will ya?
offence, mate, but we've spoken to you. Let's get Trippier on so Gav can have a pop at him.
Get Jude on. So we can tell him how amazing he is.
Let's get Harry Kane on. Holly likes. Let's get Jack Grealish on. Holly likes Jack Grealish. Like, can I?
They
just
all
say,
do, don't they?
Like, I love him. Holly keeps showing me videos of where he's meeting these fans and all that. He's an absolute class act.
Yeah.
I love him. Everybody's slagging him. It's just pure jealousy because he has a few beers in the summer.
And
he's not fit. He's had a few beers in the summer.
And he's Barnett and that. Everyone just gets
Jealousy,
jealous of
isn't
him.
it?
He's brilliant, isn't he?
Got great coughs.
Great
His
guy.
calves are a joke.
He was the golden boy.
You feed a
in the Euros, wasn't
third
he?
world family
Fans
on
loved
his
him. So
calves.
he's like the James Maddison now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Everyone loves James Maddison at
Yeah.
the moment. He was that in.
But I think he's still class.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's playing for Man City.
He's a young lad, isn't he? For me,
brilliant.
I think it's brilliant. He took that bit of time, gone out and had a few beers with the lads.
Do you remember a few years ago the pictures that came out to him when he was in Tenerife?
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like flat out in the middle of the road. He's had a right night out.
Yeah, he's pushed it too far. Like, I mean, we've all done that, haven't
Yeah,
we?
15 years ago or 20 years ago, none of the blinked at landed, would they?
Obviously, he probably regrets it. He's a young lad.
And as long as it's not
Everybody does
hindering
the
his
same.
career and he's going too
It's
far.
not, is it?
No, that's what I'm saying. As long as it isn't.
You can have a few beers at the end of May. You're all right. You're all right for pre-season at the start of July. They're fit as anything.
Well, we just said it. Joe said it, didn't he? Like their itineraries, their schedules are a joke, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like they literally have to live so clean, so right. So like they're entitled to have a blowout, aren't they?
He's had a couple of bottles of champagne, hasn't he? Like, good luck to him.
We'd have a night out with him, wouldn't we?
Yeah, 100%. You wouldn't keep up.
The end of season parade after they won the league, Man City.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Mind a bit of Freddie Flintoff after the
His minces were gone, weren't they?
The only thing is with that, when Freddie Flintoff did that, where you just thought, obviously it's brilliant we won the Ashes. Well, in 2005 that wasn't it? But then it looked a bit embarrassing because Australia won it and just got on with stuff. And you thought that's what, winners, isn't it? Where we've got
Steve and meeting the
Flintoff
Queen.
having a slash in the pot of Buckingham Palace and all
ruffling
that.
the Queen's hair and that.
Come on, Freddie. Just tone it down, Freddie, a notch. But
Yeah,
anyway, then,
Jack Grealish, class.
That forward list is really exciting, isn't it? Rashford's done well to get in there, Dave.
He's been on form this year, isn't he?
He's turned it on the last couple of weeks, hasn't he?
Who else?
He's been pretty sharp the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Is it because he offers something different? Because you think of Ivan Toney and Tammy Abraham, but Marcus Rashford offers the ability to play wide and all that as well.
Yeah,
A
wide positions.
few more options.
Harry Kane's almost like a false nine, isn't he? And Callum Wilson then can be
there
that
you two
focal
nines.
point. You need people either coming in off the line to play as almost like 2 10s, don't you? Or you need someone to have, and that's what he'll do. He'll probably go with one will come in off the line and play in the 10 like a Foden, and then the other side will be like a Saka or a Sterling.
Yeah. I'm excited for England fans for James Maddison because I think he gives you something a little bit different. You know, like when England, because they're that good, people drop into a deep block and you find it hard to break him down. He can score from 25 yards, can he? And he can unlock a pass, do something a bit different.
I like Mason Mount doing that a little bit as well. But I think if you're like a football fan, Southgate's quite a practical manager, isn't he? But you love to see Maddison in there. I think seeing him is probably the one player. Yeah.
Is Mount not in?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
in.
he is. Oh, flipping it.
Just a quick one as well, right? And like we did last time when we did that. So look at that England squad. Which player would you say's style is more like yourselves? Now, I've already looked at that, and I think it's obvious for the three of us again.
Oh, no.
It's so
I'm going to try and find yours, so.
You look at the England squad, I'll tell you exactly who Gav is
some
like.
more names
It's
on the other
easy.
page?
And the things. David.
Are you thinking I'm like Trippier?
David's easy and mine is easy.
Dave, Declan Rice,
No.
Henderson.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'd gone
Dave
for. I went for
is-
him last time
Dave
where
is
we were
Jordan
talking about.
Henderson, 100%. Gavin, do you know who you are?
Maguire.
Yes, 100%. Do you know who I
I
am?
was thinking more Trent, but
Southgate?
Maguire's fine.
Foden.
Yeah.
I was going to touch on it. I said, like, how good is Phil Foden?
Yeah.
It's outrageous.
it's not
He's
even-
another young one, isn't he? Who's just
It's almost
outrageously
had
good.
even.
But sometimes, I sometimes do get a bit frustrated because I think, because it's like when Man City players, and I know they come back up, but I'm just like, sometimes they just like go, like, when they I just like to see the wingers sometimes go down the line and that, and he sometimes like all the time. I know it's him and Bernardo Silva, and it goes there and it comes back in, and it goes back out and comes back in. I'm like, just take him on, take the full-back on. That's why I thought like Grealish, because you will do that a bit more.
I think he's done that a bit more though this year, Foden. I think he's tried to take it on the outside.
pace,
Yeah, he's
hasn't he,
played a
a
bit
little
wider.
Saka does it, I think, more.
Yeah, but I think I agree with you with Foden previously, but this year I think if he's played out on the left, if he knows it's coming from the right, he will play more as an out-and-out left-sided player. But he'll roll in, won't he? Normally, if they play out from the back, he'll look to roll in and stuff.
Who would be your front three then, Dave?
Obviously
Kane.
Big Harry up front.
Yeah, so that's a no-brainer.
Again, it depends on form. Like, I'd love to see Maddison in 10, but that won't happen. But either side of him, I think Phil Foden and he'll go Sterling. 100% he'll go Sterling.
Yeah, I think
Sterling and Foden,
I think you do that. But would it be more exciting to go Grealish and Saka?
No, I'd play Foden all day.
Gav?
Waddle and Barnes. Foden. I think he'll go Sterling.
Yeah.
Tried and tested.
Yeah.
What's amazing about football is you look at the names on this team sheet, how good the players are. Wales it will still be a game, won't it?
Oh,
Do you
of
know what I mean?
course it will. Of course it
It's
will.
annoying though, isn't it? It's annoying.
Because would you, like,
I'll
take myself out of this, but would any Wales players at all get into this squad?
Bale.
Bale?
You think Bale will get in? I don't think
I
he
don't
would.
think he would now.
Right now, right this moment.
No, I don't think he would.
Oh, I think that's a conversation.
No, he's not. I don't think he is.
I wouldn't just write him off.
I'm thinking
He's
of
no
Wales'
one-
best players.
When's Bale last played 10 games in a row in the league?
Who would you replace Bale with
Big
there?
tournament, isn't he? Big. Well,
Bale's
Maddison.
not getting in. None of them. Can't think of a single one.
I think Bale playing in
Ramsey's not
America in
getting
the MLS at the moment, I don't think he gets in
No
the England
chance.
squad.
He's gone.
Ramsey.
Big tournament player.
Ramsey's
I'm just
not-
playing devil's advocate.
Ramsey's not getting in.
I'm inclined to agree with you, but big tournament player.
But it'll end up being a 1-1 or 2-1. Like, how was that? Ridiculous.
It's happened with Scotland,
amazing
didn't
about
it?
football.
In
It's
the European
amazing.
Championships.
Me and you, Gav, watched the Scotland
Yeah.
game, didn't we? The thing loads
Literally
of us.
bashing our heads
And I
against
was
the
like-
wall.
I was like, we'll destroy these, be it now.
But it's what I call FA Cup mentality, isn't it?
Yeah.
You get the team that are obviously going to walk it. I remember Man United about 10 years ago now playing at Burton. And obviously you got Man United who are like going, it's be a walk in the park, I'm just getting second gear. Burton are going, I've got to play the game of my life. So obviously you just get that mentality regulates to a level, and all of a sudden, that's what they say, don't they? You're on a level playing field.
What was it like, Dave, before when you're playing England and you're playing for Wales, and you know them England players are superstars? Like, you're playing with Joe Allen, they're not superstars, are they? That well, apart from Bale.
Bale was in that tournament, and that kind of gave us an edge because we knew Bale was better than any of their players.
So that was the that helped you because
That helps because we knew if we could.
best player.
So
on
our
the
mentality was we stay in the game. Him and Aaron Ramsey would have both started for England.
Ramsey would have
I think.
started for
Yeah,
England
the form he was in at the time. Yeah. So we thought if we stay,
2016, sorry for the listeners.
if we stay in the game, then they can win it for us. So it's a bit of a different mentality. It'd be harder this time because we haven't got they're not at that level. It's just age, isn't it?
Got any superstars anyway.
You are as players, individuals, you're at 100%, aren't you? Then as a team collectively, you're at 100%.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to maintain that level, and like you say, you can't probably expect that of them all the way through a tournament. But for that one game against England,
we know if England turn up, we lose. Realistically, if England are on it,
if England
are on
players
it,
play like if 7 or 8 play at their best, you're not. Winning.
That's just common sense. But again, we knew the pressure that England are under. It's a bit different this time because it's the last game of the group, and you would think England would be done and dusted by this point. You would imagine, so they might change it round.
I hope so. I can't cope.
Imagine going to that last game, both needing a result.
With England needing a result against Wales, because it's horrible. I hate it.
But one thing that we didn't play well in that England game. We didn't. I know we went 1-0 up and it was close in the end. They won last minute. But we didn't play well, and Chris Coleman was real critical of himself after the game, saying that he let us down because he got us up for a fight. He was saying like we need to be at it. And he turned to that like siege mentality, whereas we were.
You weren't that sort of team.
No, we were very pragmatic in the way we played. We actually kept the ball really well. We had systems. Our coaching was excellent. Chris Coleman, a guy called Ossian Roberts, it was amazing the way they got us playing, and we didn't play in that game. We were just sort of a bit more back to front, ratting, making it difficult. And to be honest, it was an early kick-off. The pitch, which you wouldn't think this in Europe, the pitch wasn't great at all. It was dead dry, hot. Couldn't get the ball rolling really, and I think that's why England struggled. But we knew that our biggest thing was the pressure they were under. Now, I remember they had a chance, Sterling had a chance first half, tap in from maybe 6 yards out, 8 yards out, skied it, and you could just see him just sink. Do you know what I mean? The fans, it was mainly England fans, probably 3/4 England fans, and They were booing like first half, proper at England.
Yes.
He got lost stick, didn't he, early doors?
Yeah.
And then come good, didn't he?
We knew, you could see them. They were so scared. I think that's gone a little bit now. I think it's changed since Southgate's gone in. But honestly, you could just see every single player was playing so within themselves because you could see they fear in making mistakes.
And that gives you a bit of uplift.
Massively, yeah. Massively. And the relief when they scored the winner at the end, obviously as it would be in a big game like that, but you think that the class they have in their team and the pressure they're under, you expect not to handle it better, but it shows it affects everyone.
Well,
what I mean?
it's confidence, isn't it? At whatever level, like whether or not it's under nines football or whether it's top. Like if you're playing with confidence, and we've all been in that position where you feel amazing and you want the ball and you feel like you're in that zone, aren't you, where you just want the ball all the time and you're like, give me it, whatever. But how many times have you felt like that? Probably not that many in your career. A lot of the time you probably are a little bit tense or you're a little bit wary. That doesn't stop.
I had a few moments in that game where. So I've been lucky enough to play in the Premier League, and sometimes you do feel physically inferior to a lot of players because they're so powerful, strong. Yeah. And I would have done against most of those England players, but it must take something out because I remember coming on that game and I felt like physically a lot better than them. Do you know what I mean? I could kind of, I was running against. In that midfield? I remember there's one point, I know it's probably not a good example now the way his career's gone, but Dele Alli was playing, and obviously when he was in decent enough form, and the ball's gone in midfield, and I managed to barge him, get away from him, and like almost run away from him. I just don't know. I think England players are, you know what it's like when you're a bit anxious in games, and it takes a little bit of your legs, doesn't it?
They're a bit paralysed from.
That's what I think. I think so. I don't think they are anymore, but I think in that tournament,
you remember that instant where you confidence.
Whereas I was playing Premier League against him, I was thinking he's too superior for me. Yeah. But in that moment, I felt like I had the edge on him. Yeah. In that
must be playing for England then.
Yeah,
it must be
just
the mentality.
Whereas
and the
Wales, on the other hand, it enhances you. There's no pressure. Do you know what I mean?
But also, as soon as you've done that against Dele Alli, you've barged him and then you've picked up the ball and you've ran away from him. Straight away, you think next time he gets a ball, I'm going to go and take the ball off him again. Yeah. Like, so your confidence still. Yeah. And Dele Alli's going, flipping heck, Edwards has just come and took the ball off me and barged me. So he's in his head. He's going.
It comes down to expectation, though, doesn't it? Because the expectation of the England side, rightly or wrongly, is through the roof. Whereas Wales, you go out in the group stages. Well, just to get to the World Cup is a massive achievement.
I think we've all played in games at whatever level where you've been nervous and you can feel that energy drain from your legs, can't you? And you feel like you haven't got your own legs on almost. Yeah. And for whatever reason, that tournament, we kind of never had that. I don't know if it's the expectation or whatever, but you definitely saw it in the England team.
Drew Broughton, if you've seen Drew Broughton, the fear coach, like he talks about it a lot. I think, I don't know whether we follow podcast follow him, don't we?
Should get him on.
Should get him on,
fascinating.
But he talks about that a lot, and he says like the fear and how crippling that fear can be and the nerves. And you think that can happen at any level. And you see players, don't you, where they can't confidence. It was Sterling and people like that, Dele Alli now. They just can't seem like they can do anything right.
Yeah. You look at England in that tournament, they were so poor, weren't they?
Yeah, they were, yeah.
But it was just the media, the fans, everyone was just waiting for him to fail. Yeah. Almost,
just because the expectation, like it's.
Where Southgate fair plays him, he has changed the dynamic of that.
I think they're going to find it a lot harder this.
But they're starting. But again, everyone's starting to turn now, aren't they?
Everybody already turning. He's under pressure. Southgate's under pressure. It's like I've got my WhatsApp group. Everybody's like slating Southgate. He should be sacked. And I'm going,
World Cup and Euros, they weren't, were they?
He's got a semi-final and a final. Like he's, obviously Alf Ramsey won it, but he's the most successful English manager ever in terms of his performances in major tournaments.
And one thing I would say to England fans is like, understand that has a massive impact. Regardless, you think it's just 11 lads on a pitch out in Qatar. The actual how the England is feeling as a nation in terms of fans, media, that has a huge effect on the players.
On 11 young men, on the pitch,
they cannot escape that.
And that's why I'm not sort of thinking they'll do that well. I say I could be proved wrong, but at the moment I think that they're not going to go to the heights they have done the last few tournaments, because I think it's just whatever reason, it's just turned a little bit, hasn't it, on Southgate? Well, I think with that, it happens on the players. Everyone is waiting for Harry Maguire to start and make a mistake. Yeah. Everyone's waiting for it. Imagine Harry Maguire.
But I think that does come down, though, to expectation, because prior to the last two tournaments, there wasn't really an expectation of England. All of these players that we're talking about now were however many years younger. It was like the fact that we were in there, we were young, vibrant, full of energy. Those lads did have a bit of freedom, because if you were like, I don't know, Calvin Phillips, for example, there was no expectation of you. You were new to the England squad. You could run riot and go.
He's got everything to gain, hasn't he?
Everything to gain.
He doesn't play well. He comes out of the team. I don't mean
exactly. Whereas now he's expected to go, like, he's a focal point. It's like, you need to play well. For us to play well, you need to play well. Declan, you need to play well. Harry, you need to play well. So I think the biggest thing, and why I'm inclined to agree with you, is because I think the expectation now is through the roof. So we'll find out a lot about their characters, because like you say, I'm sure like it would be crippling And mentally, that is going to be their biggest.
That's why it's important
challenge.
for them to get the dynamic when they're out in Qatar just right in terms of sheltering themselves from the media as much as they can. But going back, do you remember when we had Joe on the podcast and he spoke about his team in 2014 and 2016 in the group? They thought, we have got a team here, we could win this.
Yeah.
So the expectation was there, and both times, absolutely.
Yeah, plunged.
Right, Dave, do you want England to do well?
Yeah, but not at the expense of Wales, though. That makes sense.
Would you?
If
Wales go out, you want England to win it?
Yeah.
Fair play.
That's nice to hear. 'Cause you
Gav,
don't.
if England go out, you want Wales to win it?
No. Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's a little bit of because I know Connor. I know Connor though as well. I'd want him to.
Yeah. Are we off air now? Yeah, I'm going to get battered. I'm going to get smashed to pieces. No.
What do you say about Cowan?
So like, he plays a big part in that for me. But yeah,
of course.
Because you've got your mate in, and how lovely it would have been.
But and also like all my mates are England fans. Do you know what I mean? And when they have a night out and watching the quarterfinals, semi-finals, like it's just it's amazing, and it's amazing for the country. I mean, I live in England.
Everything. We could do with a bit of enjoyment, couldn't we? And something to give us a bit of a lift, as like across the country, couldn't we? So it'd be amazing.
I think so. I think like the only reason why me and Sam will say things like, "I hope they get battered," because
don't like them.
Yeah, there's that. No, but I think like I've always enjoyed the home nations rivalries, but I've always wanted them to do well. I've just always got the sense, especially Scotland, like they do not want England to do like at any cost. At any cost.
In Newcastle, well, hate the Scots because they used to hate the English and they were horrible. But then also now I'm in Shrewsbury, it's the same with the Welsh. Like when I used to go out in Wrexham with Mossy, Darren Moss. They were vile.
Yeah, I
like
think
you'd watch a game and there'd be like people having to go, like arguing, having to go at me and all that. Like they're horrible.
Yeah, that's the only bit I'd like it to be. Like, listen, let's have a brilliant rivalry, but if you're going to do well, great, I hope you do well and I hope we do. But it's like...
I don't think when we did well in 2016, I don't think every English person was against Wales. I thought, wow, what a journey.
I think the majority, and I was definitely one. I think there was a lot of people that were on board.
Got on board. But like when we were living back in Newcastle, obviously it was horrible with all... Like we had a few Scottish lads. And I remember we had... we went and watched Braveheart when we were at Sunderland. And like we had like a couple of Irish lads, a couple of Scottish lads come out like, Sam... you should be disgusted with yourself. And I was like, all right, lads. That's a long time ago, William Wallace and all
that's
that.
That's Mel Gibson. That's not Will. You do know that's Mel.
But they were really, like, the Irish lads were really anti-English, and the Scots were like that.
That's the only reason it doubles back. It's a double back on it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a local rivalry though, isn't it now, I think?
I would like to see Wales do well, but again, not at the expense of England.
You're only saying that because Dave's here.
And Scotland... Oh, no. We'll leave it.
Right, so we've looked at that, but I want to have a quick chat with Dave, really, just quickly, just to find out about how you find out about being in the squad. Then, so Connor, you've spoken to Connor today. So has he had a phone call from Gareth?
I'm not sure. So I only afterwards. Yeah. But I know
so you tell us when you so let's talk about the 2016 the Euros. So how did you find out you were in that Wales squad?
So we had a preliminary camp first out in Portugal where he took 30 players out there, and it was a bit like a trial.
You were looking around thinking, like, Bale's in, Ramsey's in, but looking around.
I reckon there's probably 12 players who are thinking there's 5 spots. Do you know what I mean? I think it was kind of like that. So it's a bit of a trial. So we was out there. We played matches against each other. Sort of took home and away kits for Wales out there and played like 11v11. So proper. Yeah, we had on the last day we had a proper game. Like
you're going through the back of 2 hours and everything.
Managed to nick a goal, mate. It might have just got me on the
plane. There we go. That's me on the plane.
You always get a goal.
That's me on the plane, lads.
Don't see
all the best.
Any of them shouts come out, so you arrive late, get a goal. I'm in. That'll be me in, lads.
I bet. No, I don't think that's happening, is it? Joe, that's me on the plane.
But I remember vividly. I thought Chris Coleman, he's going to tell the lads who aren't in definitely before, because the plan was we're going to travel back home. Have on the Saturday, we have the Sunday at home, and we meet back up on the Monday in Cardiff with the 23.
So the squad's got to be announced on Sky Sports,
on the
Sky Sports and all that.
Yeah, so the squad's announced on the Sunday, but he hasn't told them. But I'm thinking he's going to tell the lads who aren't in it. Yeah. And what do you think? I felt really sorry for a lad called Tom. Tom Lawrence. He's now at Rangers.
Yeah.
He was flying at the time, and he'd done his ankle in that game. So imagine that. So he's straight out of it. So it's down one.
Did you tackle him?
Yeah. So you're like, oh, lucky Tom, brilliant.
I felt really sorry. He'd done his ankle in that game. Was it you? Yeah, it was me. Yeah.
So I was kind of, a bit like when you don't want to be dropped on a Saturday. You don't want to catch eye contact with the manager, do you? You're thinking if he catches me and says, Dave, can I have a word? You're thinking, that's me done. So I'm walking around the airport just trying to stay away from Chris Coleman.
Thinking that's going to help it. If he doesn't bum into me, I'll make the squad.
Genuinely, I was like just walking around trying to stay away from him. And then the following day, I remember messaging a guy called Mark Evans, who sort of works for the FAW, saying, what time will we find out? And he wouldn't give anything away. I said, my missus is trying to book holidays and stuff, just let me know or anything like that. He said, oh no, everyone finds out together. Yeah. So I waited. My missus wasn't home. I was at home with the kids on my own. And I literally got a text message off a FAW number saying, congratulations, you've made the Euro squad. So I'm at home on my own with my little girl she'd have only been 3 then. Yeah. And then my lad who's there. And I'm trying to celebrate, but by myself. There's no adult company with me. Wow. I'm like getting to my little lags, So I said, Jack, I'm in the squad. And he's kind of like, oh yeah, can we play football? I'm like, yeah. I need to tell people. People. But yeah, that's how I found it. But it was more relief then because I genuinely didn't know if I was going to be in the squad. It's not like I thought.
Either way, wasn't sure either way.
No, and I thought if I can just make the squad, that is the most amazing thing in the world. That's all I want. That's all even if I never played a minute, if I can get in that squad, what an achievement. Did, though. And then roll forward 2 weeks, and Chris Coleman was pulling me the day before the game saying you start, and that was like outrageous.
Who was that again? So you have the first game.
That was Slovakia.
The first game in the tournament, and you start in centre mid.
Starting centre mid.
Your country.
Yeah, first tournament they've been in since 1958. But that occasion, so you had Joe Allen and Joe Ledley, who were the starting 2 usually. Yeah. But Joe Ledley's come back from a broken leg.
I remember, yeah.
Just made it in time. And Joe Allen was come from a hamstring, and I think the logic was, Chris, I can't play them both together because they're both on the way back from injury. Yeah. So I'll play Joe Allen because he's further along, and it was going to be another. And I always thought it was going to be Andy King. Just won the Premier League with Leicester. Unbelievable season. And I think I remember it was King who told me, we were getting the bus to train, and he said, the gaffer's just pulled me and said, I'm not playing. You're playing? And I'm like, oh, mate, I thought you were playing. Like, sort of thing, trying to console him. At the same time, my head is like bouncing. Oh, my God.
Are you nervous or a combination of
buzzing, mate. Just buzzing. Yeah.
Just like, I'm in.
Best feeling.
Like this, ever. No one's ever going to take this away from me.
No, in football,
ever.
yeah. Mate, that's it. I played in a major tournament. All I think, if I can get a minute or whatever, I played in a major tournament to start a game.
How did you play?
Steady. So my job was really just to hold the middle of the pitch, let everyone go and play.
Brilliant.
And then me just pick up pieces and tackle and things like that.
No one ever take that away from you. You played in that.
Exactly. Well, I always say to my little lad, like, so Wales' first game at Euros for a major tournament for ages, and only 11 Welshmen can get picked to play for that game, and I was one of them, and that's just like the mess.
Isn't it?
That's outrageous.
So did he ring all your mates and stuff, or what do you do?
Yeah, I had to ring. I was supposed to be best man at a wedding. That's what I was going to miss the stag do. I was going to miss the stag do in Las Vegas, so I had to ring. So I can't go on the stag do. I'm in the squad.
How did Chris take it when you told him you couldn't be at the tournament?
But then, so he had this stag do, and then I was like, "But don't worry, I'll be there for the wedding." The wedding was on the 2nd of July. That was like after the quarterfinals. I'll be there for the wedding. Don't worry. And then we kept getting through, and I remember we beat Belgium, and I had to ring and say, "Oh mate, I'm not going to be there."
I think that's a good excuse again.
Yeah.
But yeah, what an experience.
Handle that, I suppose.
So and then do you like text your other mates in the squad, like who because you have some mates in that squad, like whoever might be, like who you'd be more friendly with than other lads.
Yeah, so I kind of knew my close mates. I knew they were going to be in it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I remember speaking to them before and saying, like, I don't think I'll be in it, or do you know what I mean? Trying to guess.
Who were good friends in that?
The 2 best mates in the squad were Sam Vokes and Andy King.
Yeah.
I remember when we was in Portugal, we stayed at Vale de Lobo, like lovely area, but it was all in our own kind of houses. So there's like 4 in each house, and I was with them 2. And I remember speaking to them, saying, like you're trying to work out who's going to be in the squad. And they're like, don't worry, Dave, you'll be fine. But I was still panicking. So I remember them texting me saying, congrats, told you to be in, sort of that sort of stuff. But we met up the next day. Yeah, straight down to Cardiff and straight into it. Told my missus I'll be away for at least 4 weeks.
So when you get there, you're all like high-fiving each other, like, well done, congratulations.
Yeah. It's just relief. Well, especially for, there's probably 6 or 7 of us, it's just relief for.
Amazing.
What about the lads who don't get in? Does anybody give them a courtesy text or anything?
To be fair, I saw Chris Coleman speaking to a couple of people beforehand, so they'd kind of known, even though no one give anything away. But I felt most sorry for, say, Tom Lawrence, because he would have been in.
Yeah.
And he'd done his ankle literally the last session of the last training session. Yeah. But it was tough for him. But then, just moving on from there, it was just everything was new for everyone. So it was just like, take it all in.
I think I was going to say, obviously, probably on the next podcast, we can talk about being on tour and things like that. So I think we're probably not going to have time today to do that. But like, we'll talk about what it's like then when you are in that squad.
Yeah, because that's a story of it. It's like to be inside the inner circle of a major tournament.
City misses, I might say in 4 weeks, and to be then in the hotel in that is another podcast, isn't it?
Yeah,
we see a lot on social media with Wales, don't they? They get a lot of guest speakers in and some of the old legends and stuff. Quite inspirational, isn't it?
Save it for the next podcast. That's good. Cool. This is just the initial being picked. Dave's in. Find out what happened in the 2016 Wales squad in the time in the next podcast.
And are you not out there to do any co-coms or anything like that? Has that not materialised?
No, it's BBC and ITV do it. So they got like the big hitters.
Right, okay.
They got the big hitters. I mean, I have to do a little bit back here, but at the same time, I've never watched Wales as a fan, if that makes sense. I've always been doing playing or punditry or something like that. So I actually just want to watch the games. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, fair enough.
And stay up here, watch it with my lad. Go to the pub, have a few beers.
Are we going to watch a Wales game together? Then?
Yeah, we'll watch a Wales game together, couldn't we?
And the England-Wales game.
What we'll do is, which would be really good. What we'll do is watch an England game, and what we'll do is we'll record it, us watching it somewhere.
Yeah,
put it on YouTube.
And a Holland game, obviously, it'd be nice for me.
We'll put it on YouTube. That if people want to see that. The listeners want to see that. Put it on you.
We didn't think anyone was going to come to the Theatre 7. Flipping nearly sold out, right. So I reckon they might want to watch it.
We'll come on that. We'll come on to that in 10 seconds. But we'll do a YouTube video of us all watching the game. We'll take the kids and all that, and then we'll put on reactions. England Wales would be a great one.
Yeah.
See, we'll watch that together.
Yeah.
You go in your Wales in your full Wales kit. Yeah. Dave, shin pads, everything.
Yeah, cap, shin pads.
Then have England shirts. We'll watch the game.
Yeah,
all the families, all the kids. Get a few of our mates.
Just we could not, we've got one of them painting artists that could just paint the England shirt onto us.
That's what, all up, and the shorts, the shorts on.
And the shorts, yeah.
Right. Anyway, dear me, we have to mention the live show. Ticket sales are a joke, right? This was happened to me yesterday. So I'm in the office working. I know the sales are going at 10 o'clock, but I've got loads of stuff on. So one of the admin ladies comes in. Sam, you've got to ring Gavin urgently. This is about 11 o'clock.
So you rang Brosley Primary School.
Yeah. So Gavin left a message. Rang Brosley School. So I'm in having a meeting with my assistant head. I went, all right. Sorry, Rich. I'm just going to have to give me a minute. I've just got to go on the phone. I've got an urgent message to ring Gavin. I'm like, is he all right? Is Gavin all right?
It's all relative.
So I've rang him. I'm like, hiya mate, you all right? You all right? You went, not going to believe this. Early bird tickets have already gone. I went, mate, I'm in the middle of a meeting here. They've already gone though, and we've sold loads more. It's ridiculous.
He's like, mate, that's unbelievable. Then,
but a little bit, I was like, then I come off the phone. I went to my assistant head. I went, we've sold all the early bird tickets. Okay.
He's like, mate, that's brilliant, but I'm at work. I was like, yeah, mate, I just wanted to let you know. So brilliant. Like, did you say it was urgent? yeah, I did.
Yeah, like this big safeguard incident. So anyway, so we've sold all the bottom ones are gone, haven't they now? Because we weren't even going to initially. We were talking about not even opening the top bit if we don't sell the tickets.
I think we just wanted to play it by ear. At the end of the day, I suppose we are
probably
probably
going to do the Walker Theatre, weren't we initially? Which is the smaller one, which holds, what does that hold? It's 280.
Yeah, but that's what was thinking about.
We're going to go with that.
Will we get 280? Then in the end, we're just like, let's go for it, and it's going to be sold out.
I think probably us more than anyone. Although we get lots of lovely feedback and lots of messages and stuff, and I know when we're walking around, we've been laughing about how people just keep pulling us up on it. But I suppose we're the ones that wouldn't know, whereas everybody else is obviously talking about it, messaging about it. So
I think, I get people like the podcast, and it's sort of thing in the car, you stick it on and you listen to it, and I get all that, and I can understand why, because I do that with podcasts. But it's actually going to pay like £27.50 to buy a ticket and give
in today's time,
in this current climate,
to come and watch us free with a few of our old mates who are now all fat and all talking about football, and I just think it's amazing, really.
It's a privilege, isn't it? Real privilege. For us,
but it makes us make sure we put on a great show, which we will do, and we're going to have a right go, aren't we?
I think that's what we said yesterday. We touched on how it was like a massive privilege, but we really want to make the experience fantastic for those people who have been so supportive.
I don't want anybody to pay £27.50 and come away disappointed.
Nah, and they won't, will they? They know they won't.
They won't. Well, they didn't last time, did they? It was brilliant, but it's going to be 10 times that.
Well, already with the people that are going to be there, it's going to be brilliant, but we'll make sure it's extra special.
Dean Spinks already texted me, how many comps can I get? I went, hey, we're not doing that. We're not there's not loads of comps flying. There's no comps flying about. I said, my Holly's having to pay £27.50 because she missed the early bird.
Unbelievable. It's so exciting now, and it's so real. It'll be an unbelievable night, won't it?
But by the time this comes out, there might not be any tickets left. So if you listen,
I think there's a few VIP tickets.
Yeah, but this
left.
is going to come out on Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it'll be done by then, personally.
But hope, like, if there isn't, if we've managed to get 20 tickets and you're listening to this, like, I just click on just to double check, but you might be struggling.
Yeah, I think there's a few VIP tickets left, very, very few again, and then I think you can upgrade, so you can buy your ticket and then you can upgrade.
What do you get for VIP tickets?
So we're going to have, obviously, all of the ex-players in the green room, so they'll be able to come in the green room, meet everyone.
Get to meet Tino.
Yeah.
Darren Tinson is gorgeous.
I'd pay for that, yeah.
I've upgraded.
Yeah. Beautiful. What a beautiful man.
So you get to meet all of the players, meet and greet, photo opportunities.
Will I be able to get a picture with Tino? How much do I have to pay for that?
It's a 20 quid upgrade, mate.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah.
I'll do that for Tino. How much to have
Not the type of pictures you want, though.
How much to have one with Tino with his top off?
Yeah, no, I was going to say, not the type of pictures you want. So, yeah, you get photo opportunities. I think they get signed poster from all the players from us.
And just they come and chat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, just the experience. Have a couple of beers, yeah.
As well,
Come in, have a couple of beers, chat to everyone, real laid back.
We're well aware that we're not like Ed Sheeran, like, Gav looks a bit like Ed Sheeran, but we're not Ed Sheeran. So it's going to be come and have a chat with us, isn't it? It's not going to come in and speak to us. Come in and have a bit of banter and everything, isn't it?
Me. Dave likes it. He only said that because I called him Napoleon Dynamite earlier. He didn't like it. Come
and have a chat with us now. It's going to be chilled in that VIP area, isn't it? Come and have a bit of banter. We'll have a beer.
Well, that sort of thing
we'll
there.
Have some free beers in the VIP bit. Surely we will.
Yeah. Can I just clarify though? Ed Sheeran and Napoleon Dynamite are not going to be there. Like, just obviously from that banner there, people are being confused. There's no tickets. Don't buy tickets based on that.
Is there going to be free beer in the VIP bit?
They can bring their own beers in, I reckon.
I don't know about that. Whoa. I don't know about that. Cause
No, I mean, they can buy it from the bar and bring it.
Oh, right,
Only
yeah,
joking.
yeah.
Will there be some bottles
Yeah,
of
there'll
beer?
be a couple of crates in there.
Let's throw in a beer, can't we, for the VIP bit as well, can't we?
Yeah.
And there's going to be stuff.
Let's go down to Costco, won't we?
We're going to do an after party, aren't we, as well?
7 Social, round the corner.
Is that all definite as
All
well?
boxed off, yeah.
Gav has done an
We'll
amazing
keep you
job
updated
tonight,
with how to sort that out, won't we?
Yeah, we've been so, like, everybody's been so supportive. Like, the guys at 7 Social are just, like, been so accommodating.
Yeah.
Anything that we want. Like, obviously, everything's just about making sure that everybody stays safe, that we can keep it all sort of, happy and cheerful. And just, they've been brilliant. Theatre 7.
Theatre 7 have been good, haven't they?
Yeah, budging again. Flipping how supportive have they been?
Yeah,
massively on the ball with us. So,
Have they all bought tickets?
yeah. Bought tickets as well. They've been, like, fair play. We're so lucky that so many people around us have been so supportive.
It's going to be amazing, isn't it?
I can't. I'm so looking forward
Does
to
anybody
it.
feel a bit nervous? No?
In a good way. I think in a good way.
I think nearer the time.
A bit that we just need to make sure it's good. It just makes sure it's really good.
The thing is, it's very much like that family feel, innit? I genuinely believe, because of the love and support that we're getting over social media, it's like even if it plummeted and we were terrible, they'd still be supportive. They'd still be like,
It's good people. It's like when you go. It's like you go to Windows and you make an effort to make it go. Like people are coming and they're going to make it big.
They're going to want us to do well.
It's not like saying go and watch England where you go and stop booing Harry Maguire. You're not going to stop booing.
Hopefully
Dave
not.
Edwards.
If the best man's speech is rubbish, you still laugh, don't you?
Yeah.
You still laugh because you want him to do well. And I think
my jokes are terrible.
they'll still laugh.
We'll bring,
mate,
we'll bring the roadcaster pro of us.
That's the thing. Let's do that. There we go.
Everyone will be going, where's that coming from?
Where's that come from? Because me and anybody around me's not laughing.
Gav, Dave and Sam are just not funny. No, I think it will be brilliant now. I think we will make a brilliant show of it. So I'm going to put pressure on us and just say it'll be the best show of the year. Bang.
Best show at the Theatre 7 this year. Well, I'm going to Pantomime Christmas Eve. It's
better than that,
than
mate.
Pantomime.
Yeah.
So in the Stiffs Live in February. So if you've only got...
I'll be like the Brad Pitt. I'll be like the Brad Pitt of our...
If you're going to spend £30 of your hard-earned money on a Christmas present, don't bother with a pantomime. Do it in the Stiffs Live.
I didn't say that.
I'm going to pantomime.
I insinuated that, but I didn't say that.
Take the kids now.
I love a pantomime, anybody.
How good's a pantomime in Shrewsbury? Love it. Brad Pitt's amazing.
Is he still going, Brad?
Yeah.
Legend.
My eldest daughter danced in it for 5 years, and he always sends her a message when she goes, like, always class act he is.
I'm always there Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Go for lunch after.
Standard.
Drink.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely, that,
Yeah, we
Christmas
do that.
Eve morning, then go for lunch.
Brilliant.
We used to meet for lunch, don't we, Gav?
Yeah.
Come meet us for lunch, Dave, after.
Yeah.
Bring the family.
2 days.
It's done. Everyone else will be
Wonder if
there
they
now,
give
listening
us
to
a
this.
little practice beforehand on the stage.
Yeah.
Might get us up.
Oh, don't say that, because they
In the
always like
stiffs.
try and pick out an adult.
He got
don't
me
they?
one year.
and I'm always like I'm always quite near the front, so I always try and like put my head down.
Yeah.
like wear hats. So
He got me one year, and actually I was all right. I was thinking,
You were
this is
straight up there, weren't you?
well, because normally, actually, he has a bit of banter with him, but it's not too much. He battered me.
Yeah, 'cause
he absolutely hammered me.
He knows you're fair game though, doesn't he?
He hammered
He
me.
knows you.
Absolutely hammered me to the point where I was a little bit like, all right, bro,
All right, mate,
calm
this is
down.
getting bullying
Fucking
now,
hell.
isn't it?
Hey, I'll jump on that fucking state. No, he was good, but he absolutely hammered me. I suppose there's a lot to hammer, so.
Anyway, I've held that. I really enjoyed that. Actually, we haven't even touched on half the stuff that we're going to, but I think we've covered the World Cup squad, haven't we? I think next time, hopefully, we can have give a bit of insight into what, especially for Dave, what was like in that.
Well, I know we've spoken a lot about Dave's experience on the international level, so I suppose the next one I'll talk about, obviously, my England Sea Caps. Next, we'll leave that for obviously that'll take up the whole podcast. So, won't
Probably got about 30 seconds left.
it? Yeah,
You're keeping that for the live event, weren't you?
yeah, of course, mate. Yeah, I'm wearing one of the caps.
That'll be a different live. If the live event goes really well, we'll do another live event in March. Gav's England Sea career.
Yeah,
Get some
yeah.
of the All
I'm not
English
sure
Sea
we'll
lads
sell
out.
that one out, will we? I went and did a talk at my son's school, Cowan School, on I think it was
But they're
Tuesday.
getting some plugs. These schools.
Yeah, they are. That's in the same trust, isn't it? Oh god. No.
Advertising everywhere.
But went in
The amount
there.
of kids I'm going to have at Borbrook in the first couple of years is going to be ridiculous.
Went and done a careers talk, and obviously took the caps and all of that. And one of the kids went, "So did you play with David Beckham then?" And he put me on the spot a little bit. Didn't really know what to say.
Said yes.
I went, "I am David Beckham."
that kid's gone home to his mum and dad going, he never guessed we had David Beckham in today.
Oh, mate,
I've got a picture. Look at the picture. And you go, that's not David Beckham.
the teacher said after, and she went, "You shouldn't lie to the kids." I was like, "Oh no, I'm the non-league David Beckham."
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean that.
Class, brilliant. Enjoyed that.
Everybody, yeah, I love that. I really enjoyed that tonight. You
nice.
enjoyed Dave?
I like doing it just us three sometimes.
I do
isn't it?
sometimes. I do. But we're going to try and get a couple more guests. Anyway, we've got some. Who have we got coming up?
Kevin Radcliffe.
Ledge.
Yeah.
What career he's had.
I think one of the most times I've been embarrassed was when I asked him if he could just put milk in my coffee. Obviously, he's like just won the European Cup. I'm like, can I have some of that milk? And he starts putting, I'll do it. Kev, I'll do
Too
it. Kev.
much rats.
I didn't mean you, Kevin. I'll do it. And he said, "No, it's all right, I'll do it for you." And I'm thinking, he's just okay. He's just bought milk for me there. I didn't mean for you to do it, Kevin. He was class act, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Enjoyed that. Where did we go to meet him? What was it called?
Morton Hall?
Yeah, no.
Lovely hotel. Give them a plug, won't we? They asked us to.
The thing, I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But
That's good, isn't it? That's a good plug from Sam. Thank you.
I tell you what,
We'll give it if we can have a.
Last time, Wits, can you put in the name of the place where we went when you edit this? What it's called? The what? Sweeney. That was it. The Sweeney Hotel.
Sam was like, "Yeah, we went to the Sweeney, Sweeney Lake." Sam was like, "Can we have a room?" Yeah, I know. Yeah. Can we have a room for free? Sam was like, "Yeah, we'll plug you." By the time we get to, we're like, "Yeah, we went to that place somewhere in Oswald Street."
Wits, can Dave take the Roadcaster Pro home, please? He's loving it. Play with it home. Right. Thanks very much for listening, everybody. As always, big shout out to Budgeon. Amazing. We love them. We're going to see them, and everybody who comes will be able to get to meet the Budgeon lads. Good banter them on.
Yeah, great
bunch
banter,
of lads.
Yeah, very supportive as well.
Get into them when they've had a couple of beers.
We've got a nice meal with them on the 18th, haven't we? So that'd be good.
Black tie do, haven't we?
Yeah.
Have to hire a suit.
Oh, look, unbelievable.
Have you got a spare one? Yours is going to be too tight on the arms and shoulders.
I have to jump off the wardrobe into mine.
Yeah. I'll sort something out. Anyway, just me and the girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll look like I'm choking. My shirt will be so
I've got my
tight.
birthday as well, so I'm going to Manchester on the 19th. My birthday on the Monday.
What time are we going to be in Manchester?
Oh, I think that's just me and Holly.
Oh no, okay.
It's going to be awkward.
It's going to be awkward for Holly. Be awkward for Holly.
That's going to be awkward. Holly goes, "Why have you got a table for 4?" I went, "Oh, can I tell you, it's me."
No, 3. Just 3.
I thought Dave was going to come. It's me, Holly, Dave and Gav. Happy birthday.
In the Stiffs and Holly, we thought we'd call it.
Right,
Brilliant. That sounds a bit dodgy.
Yeah, that's, might have to edit that bit as well. But it's a bit of editing to do on this one, I think, Wit. You're going to have your work cut out, mate. We've got to get this turned around by Tuesday. Right.
Wits don't even listen anymore.
Yeah.
He zones out. He plays snakes on his phone.
Big time. Right. Have a great week, everybody.
Wits normally wears them bottoms. Who's the old Crystal Palace keeper? What was he called? That used to wear them grey tracky bottoms. That's what we're going to have to start calling Wits. Yeah.
I can't remember the hotel.
It's like that hotel, the Thingy Hotel, and that geezer that used to play for Palace. Nigel Martin, that's him, yeah.
Right. Anyway, we're going. See you later.
See you at the
Have a
farm
great week,
post.
everybody.
Bye. In the Stiffs with Budging Motors. Budging Motors are on Stafford Park in Telford and Featherbed Lane in Shrewsbury. For all your car needs, contact Budging now.